Welcome to the Healer's Circle, where extraordinary healers share their personal journeys, wisdom, and how to heal yourself. My hope is that their insights, practical tips, and aha moments inspire and guide you in discovering your own gifts to reach your highest potential. Welcome, Salme. I am so grateful you took the time today to have a chat with me.
Hi, Ingrid. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Usually we talk to the healers and they share different healing styles and their path, how they got to what they're doing now. Today we're kind of approaching from a different angle. We're actually going to talk to you about your personal journey of having a health issue that then this challenge led you to discovering that was super helpful to you. And I'm so grateful that you're willing to be vulnerable and share your story with us. So thank you so much for that.
Of course, it's my pleasure.
So do share, please, a little bit more about what was the health issue and what led you to discovering BrainTap and what is BrainTap? So I'll just let you take it from here.
In 2020, I was diagnosed with a very rare neurological condition called CRPS, Complex Regional Pain Syndrome. I'm sure most of your audience has never heard about it. When I got the diagnosis, I didn't know what it was because it's really rare and most people don't know anything about it. So how it started was it usually starts with a small injury in your limbs, either feet or hands. Mine started with a broken foot, and it wasn't a big deal. You know, accidents happen, and I knew I was going to heal. So the bone healed, but for some reason, the nerves didn't heal. So instead of my symptoms getting better over time, I actually started having progressively more pain.
Wow.
So, and I kind of realized that something was off.
And was that in that local area where the injury was, or had it kind of like shared, like?
Initially, it was in the local area, but then the pain started traveling upwards my leg. And thankfully, I had a really knowledgeable orthopedic doctor who kept an eye on me because I think he suspected CRPS, I would say a couple of weeks before he actually told me that, but he didn't want to scare me. So he wanted to be 100% sure. And eventually when, my pain just started getting worse and worse, and it literally started traveling all over my body. So I started experiencing pain everywhere. He was like, he told me, I'm really sorry about this, but you have CRPS. And unfortunately, there is no cure for it. And I am going to also tell you that most likely it's going to get only worse with time.
Wow.
So it was definitely something pretty scary to hear. And he also warned me, he told me, don't go home and start researching about it because you are going to only read horror stories.
But can you tell me a little bit, so is it like all the time pain? Is it when you're like stepping on it? Is it like, what is it like?
It's really, really hard to describe what CRPS is because when it was happening to me, it was very hard for me to even understand what was happening. It's so hard to wrap your brain around it because the pain changes. Sometimes it's throbbing, sometimes it's stabbing, sometimes it feels like you are on fire. And the more stressed you get, the worse pain feels. So when I started doing my research, I started understanding that CRPS affects your autonomic nervous system. And also, your central nervous system as well, because the brain really starts focusing on that area of pain, and then you feel pain 24/7, even if you shouldn't. So your nervous system gets like totally messed up. And obviously, when I got the diagnosis, it was very stressful because I wanted to find solution, and there was no cure, no solution to it. And I tried a little bit of the mainstream medicine, but it was all about symptom control, like pain meds. And I don't like taking pain meds. So I knew it was just going to cover the symptom, but it was not going to address the root cause of it. Yeah. And to understand the root cause was really difficult. Fortunately, I had holistic background. So I was, I did research, and I also found this clinic. It's called the Spero Clinic in Arkansas, that helps people with CRPS in a non-invasive, holistic way. That means they really address your nervous system, and they do everything to rebalance, calm down your nervous system, especially just to explain to your audience, autonomic nervous system consists of two branches: sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic is when you are, stressed and wired and fight or flight mode, and the parasympathetic is healing. Is when you are relaxed, and that's when the healing happens. And so with CRPS, your nervous system gets fired up, and you are constantly in that stressed out mode of the fight or flight mode. So you cannot really, it's super hard for you to calm down so you can get into healing mode. So what Spero Clinic does, it really addresses, it does everything to get you into that parasympathetic healing mode. So that's where, you can start healing, because ultimately, healing happens from within. Any kind of disease that people have, or any kind of illness, you have to activate your inner healing powers. So,
And so I hear from this as well, is like, in the order to heal, we actually need to be in that calm place. We need
absolutely, because your body cannot heal when you're stressed out, and your body cannot even digest food when you are in a stressed mode.
Yeah.
And your body cannot be both stressed and relaxed at the same time. So it's one or the other.
Yeah, I think it's a really important message here to everyday life, to anybody, really. When even with simple flu symptoms or anything else, probably it's like going to the relax mode, right? Your body needs to rest, it wants to be calm, and it has the energy to heal.
We cannot sleep when we are stressed. We cannot digest when we are stressed. Our metabolism even shut down when we are stressed.
Yeah,
and we cannot heal. Healing doesn't happen in a stress mode. So stress, I'm not saying that all stress is bad, because we need some stress in our lives, especially like hormetic stress. We also perform better under stress, but we need to go in and out between stress mode and healing mode.
Yeah. Can I ask you, because now we just talked about the stress level, and I'm just wondering, before you even tell us more about the BrainTap, when you would go back to the time when you were going through the stress and you're figuring out, like the doctor tells you, well, there's nothing you can do about it, and don't even do the research because that's going to make you even more stressed out. Now, looking back, what advice would you give yourself? Because it's easier to say things afterwards, right? But for the people who are dealing with it now, what's your suggestion with this, your own case, or anybody who's getting these awful news about their health?
My first suggestion is definitely don't panic. Don't stress too much, because it's not going to make things easier or better. And stress is literally a killer. If you cannot get your body into relaxed mode, it does a lot of damage.
Does it?
And
Yeah.
and unfortunately, I literally, once I got the diagnosis, and because I didn't know anybody with CRPS, I didn't know doctors who could help. Like, it really was very isolating and scary feeling. It's like, okay, I have this weird thing. So what am I going to do about it? So I was stressed out. I couldn't sleep for weeks and I couldn't eat. Like, it's just like, my nervous system was just like shutting down. And so number one thing is, even if you get the worst diagnosis on planet Earth,
Yeah.
try to relax and breathe and believe that with time you will find a solution.
Yeah.
Just stressing about it is going to make things worse.
Often people do say once they're on the other side, kind of, or once they're past it or they figured it out, they're like, well, actually, I wouldn't change my experience because it taught me something or because now I am here. Do you relate to this saying, kind of what people say at all?
Absolutely. When I was in it,
Mm-hmm.
and when anybody, mentioned that, oh, one day you will look back and it will be such a blessing, I was like, are you kidding me? Like, like I was hoping that's the case, but when you're in it and you're suffering and you're fighting for your life,
Mm-hmm.
then it doesn't make sense then. But now I can definitely say that I am very grateful for that super painful experience because it was life-changing for me.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened, it just made me, many blessings came out of it. First of all, I really had to reevaluate my life.
Mm-hmm.
And, before that, I was loving my life. I was living a beautiful life, but it was very hedonistic. It's like just enjoying all the pleasures of life. But this, like, it just humbled me. It threw me on my knees. I had no choice but to really, really go deep within
Mm-hmm.
and find that strength, that power, that healing, the understand how much healing ability we have within and how much strength we have within. And so it was, it was a pain to purpose story for me because it just made me realize a lot of things, motivated me to go to graduate school, learn more about our existence, our biology, physiology, psychology, spirituality, all of it, just to get to the point where I can help other people. And, that became my purpose. And now, since that happened, my life has totally changed. So I'm very grateful for that.
Oh, so thank you for sharing this because this is, it's a personal story and share it with others. And now, like what you're doing is you're sharing your story. Some people might not even know, like, oh, is this what's happening to me too? Maybe I should go check it out.
Absolutely.
Even if the doctor said there's no solution, then
Yeah.
maybe there is a solution, which we get to in a second. But also I wanted to go back to one more time, like, so what did you do or what do you do with these really hard times?
Okay, so first of all, I am all about raising awareness about CRPS and about solutions because, again, when it happened to me, I didn't know anything about it. So I want more people to know about it because, maybe your, relatives or friends or whoever, like it's very rare, but the more awareness we have, the better it is. So first of all, when somebody gets diagnosed with CRPS or something similar that has no cure, I would say don't believe those doctors who diagnose you. Those are just labels.
Yes.
And I mean, it's good to have a label because then you understand what's going on. But there is always, we humans have amazing healing abilities. So do everything to tap into that healing source. And especially, try to get into that parasympathetic mode so that you are relaxed, so that your body can start healing. And of course, we also need some help along the way. We cannot do it all alone. And I found my angels in Arkansas at the Spero Clinic. And to be honest, if it wasn't for them or that clinic, I don't know if I would be alive right now. I am pretty sure. I spent 4 months there. So it's a long time to be in a clinic, but they really helped me tremendously. And they just have a system. They do different, they don't do one thing. They do different treatments, they use different healing modalities. That is all about calming down your nervous system, getting your own body, your own nervous system working. So they do lots of therapies to address vagus nerve. Vagus nerve is our biggest nerve that is connected to parasympathetic nervous system. So when you activate vagus nerve, you relax. They also do neuromuscular retraining therapy with ARP wave machine. It's they use these machines that you kind of exercise with electrical stimulation, and it corrects the signals between your body and your brain. And so your muscles start, working better. Your brain gets the idea that it's okay to move those areas that were hurt, and they're like, my foot was like becoming very protective and didn't want to move. So it's just they address not just the symptom of pain, but the underlying nervous system issue. And it's very specific therapy, and they have trained individuals who are amazing at that. So it's like a physical therapy on steroids, literally.
That's amazing. But what led you to BrainTap? And can you tell us a little bit about what that is?
Absolutely. So after I spent 4 months there, I got about 80% better. So I wasn't 100%, but I was obviously doing so much better when I left, but I wasn't in full remission. So when I got home, my mission was obviously to get to full remission. And I already understood the concept of it, that I had to work on my nervous system. And I did buy the ARP wave machine. So I was doing that physical therapy with electrical stimulation at home on my own, but I still knew that I needed more. And whatever it was had to do with getting me into parasympathetic mode as much as possible. So that means, I had to get relaxed as much as possible. And one tool to do that is meditation. And I was already meditating before, but I came across this technology called BrainTap. And I have it with me, and I will explain exactly how it works. So when I did my research about BrainTap, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. It's like the easiest way to meditate because it doesn't take much effort. All you have to do is like turn it on, put it on, like select a program from the app, and just like relax. And it does so much for you. And I will explain exactly how. So BrainTap consists of two things. So one thing is the app that you download, and it has over 3,000 different guided meditations. And then you connect your headphone. So this headphone is a really cool technology, and it uses light and sound therapy for brain entrainment. So our brain is, we have different brain waves, and the brain waves are, electrical frequencies, right? And so they vibrate at different frequencies. So what light and sound therapy do, light and sound are also frequencies. Light is a vibration that we can see, and the sound is a vibration that we can hear. And there are also like different frequencies of light and different frequencies of sound. So what BrainTap does, it incorporates specific frequencies. And when you listen through audio, and you also like the visor goes on as well, so the light comes from here, it literally just tells your brain what to do, like relax. And it gets the signals. And so it just like, very naturally guides the brain waves to go from beta, like awake, alertness. Also, like when you're in stress mode, the high beta waves are the stress waves. But when you do this, it usually guides you slowly to go into alpha, which is more relaxed, or theta, which is like meditative, or delta, which is like sleep brainwave. And so it's easy. You just put it on and you just let it, your brain kind of listen to those signals.
So how often do you do it? Do you do it daily or only when you feel like it, or how do you know when to use it?
Well, I have been doing this for 4 years, twice a day.
Wow.
Because I love it so much. Like I wake up, I do for 20 minutes, and then I also do in the afternoon. And usually, we recommend it needs to be used daily for it to have the best effect. Because it's like it's like going to the gym. It's like the gym for your brain.
So when you said we were like 80% before, so do you now feel almost 100% because of this, or what's?
Oh yeah, I got 100% after within a year of being home. So my improvement I kept improving and improving, and actually I would say after 6 months I was at 100%. Wow. And because BrainTap has so many other benefits that I just love it. It's my, in the mornings, it just puts me in the right mindset. And in the afternoons, it gives me that 20 minutes of rejuvenation, meditative nap.
Yeah.
And like, I don't even know how to live without BrainTap anymore. So
great. So, but is there any other self-care that you do addition to that?
Oh, absolutely. So in the mornings, for sure, like the first thing is meditation. Then it's movement, some kind of an exercise. It's either yoga or strength training or some sprinting. And because, staying active is very important. Then, just in general, holistic lifestyle with great nutritious food, because I'm also a holistic nutritionist and I have my own garden where I grow lots of goodies. And also lots of mindset work. Always reading positive, uplifting books and listening to great educational, uplifting audiobooks throughout the day. Nature, spending time in nature. Nature is our biggest healer.
Yeah.
And also, some biohacking devices like PEMF, MAT, pulse electromagnetic therapy. I like red light therapy.
Yeah. But anything like also, what would you suggest to people like the ones who are going through either the CRPS or any other like difficult health issues, when they get the news or when they're going through these low moments, what's your quick go-to? Like, okay, just something I need to deal with, like, like a quick something. Is there like a breathing or something else?
I would say deep belly breathing exercises are one of the fastest ways you can regulate your nervous system. And, the simplest thing is that box breathing, where
You
you
share this
inhale.
really quick, so if anybody wants to, like,
Yeah.
what, they haven't heard of what it is, you could.
So you have to use your belly, the diaphragm,
Mhm.
not your lungs. So you take
Into your belly.
4. Yeah. So you count to 4. You inhale to a count of 4. You hold to the count of 4, and then you exhale to the count of 4, and you again, hold for a count of 4, and then you do the same. So it's like 4, 4, 4, 4. It's like a box.
Excellent.
And if you do it for a couple of minutes, and trust me, you will feel relaxed. And I try to do, breath exercises also right before my meditation or doing my meditation. So
Good. In case if there's other listeners who totally want to now are curious about what is BrainTap and anything, can they order it or learn more about it? How can they learn more
absolutely.
about it?
So I will send you a link to the app, and they can try BrainTap app for free for 14 days.
Yeah.
And also, if they like it, they can just purchase the app, which is very affordable. And if they want to have the bonus of the light therapy, oh, I also forgot to say that the light is not only coming from the eyes, it also comes through the ears, and it stimulates your ear meridians.
Oh, interesting. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah. So
And
that device, I just assumed that the app would have to go hand in hand with the equipment, but you're
no,
saying you could just have the app and that itself is already helpful.
absolutely, it's helpful because one other thing that is amazing about BrainTap is that those guided meditations, you don't have to use with this headphone. You don't have to get the light therapy. You can just get the benefits from listening with regular headphones, because you will get the sound therapy, plus it incorporates hypnosis with NLP. NLP is neuro linguistic programming. So it's pretty much it uses language, specific language, to tap into your subconscious mind. And it gives you, like, it just changes your mind with like great suggestions, and taps into your limiting beliefs, and with specific language, gets you into more positive thinking, and just
So who would you say this would be great for? Not just people with health issues, but people who have limiting beliefs, which is everybody?
pretty much, this is good for everybody, because if you go to the app, I will show you quickly also how many different options it has. It has options for, okay, here is how the app looks. And if you go to a search button, it has, you can work on addiction and recovery, breath work, brain training, business and finance, dentistry, if you have any, like, dental phobias, menopause for women, nutrition, sleep. It really helps with sleep a lot, stress, weight loss. So like brain function, cognitive function, all kinds of things. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Salme, I'm so grateful you shared not only your story, but also giving people hope that even if you get the worst news about your health, which is the most important thing in your whole life, really, because without it, we can't do anything. But there is hope, and don't just believe the first doctor or maybe even multiple. Just find your own solution and find people like you who have tried and discovered something that works for them. And we're not saying it works for everybody, it's going to guarantee, but you find your way and you found yours, and maybe it helps somebody else as well. So thank you for trusting to share your personal story with us, and share the tools that you found that helped you along the way.
Of course, it's my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. If you are a healer with valuable insights to share, we'd love to hear from you, as together we can inspire, heal, and raise one another. Till we meet again, sending you love, light, and gratitude.